Okay? So, Om means I, the eternal soul, am Shanti, peace. And it's so important to start with Om, because the kind of peace we need for the world today and for our own lives can only be found in this Om, the experience of myself as an eternal soul. So I want to open that a little bit more in this talk. And I'd like to use a metaphor for this. Can you imagine a wagon? Do you know what a wagon is? Like in the Wild West, they supposedly conquered the West by traveling from East Coast to West Coast by wagon. It's like a cart with wheels. So if you can imagine a wagon, and it is the wagon of your life. Inside that wagon, you put all your time, all your attention, so that you have a fulfilling life. You put your time and attention to your relationships, family, career, education, hobbies, health, social responsibilities. All of these go into the cart, into the wagon, in order to have a full life. And yet, so often, despite the fullness of our wagons, we don't seem to move forward. Sometimes, some of us could feel so stuck. Even though our careers are going very well, even though our relationships are going well, we could even feel like we're just not moving forward. There's a kind of emptiness and a whole question about the meaning of life, even though my cart is full. Why? We know that a cart is not functional without the horse. We're talking about these old wagons, these old carts. They don't move on their own. They needed the horse. If the horse is strong, healthy, happy, that wagon is going to move. If the time and energy is all going to family, people, career, hobbies, and no time's going to the horse, taking care of the horse, then the horse is going to be weak. The horse is going to be sick, and the horse cannot move that wagon successfully in the journey of life. Do you see what I'm saying? What is that horse? What is that horse? Healthy, nourished, taken care of. We ride through life as an adventure with a lot of joy, taking on whatever comes our way with strength. If we're not taking care of that horse and it's weak, unhealthy, that's what lays the foundation, biggest foundation, for what the world calls illness, and we also can call dis-ease, disease. So what's the horse? What's the horse? In English, there is a very nice explanation to that horse, because to describe our human species, we use two words in English. Human beings. We are human beings. Two things. One is the form, the human form, and the other is the being inside this human form. If I'm not taking care of the being, which is not at all physical, but metaphysical, if I'm not giving time and attention to the being, the metaphysical, eternal being inside, then I'm going to find not only is it difficult to journey through life, but it might even be hard to get out of bed in the morning. So you can call it the horse, you can call it the being, you can call it the spirit, you can call it the soul, whatever. But it is completely separate from the physical form which I, the being, am moving. In which case, a really good question is, what feeds the horse? What nurtures it? What is the attention I need to give it so that it can be healthy and strong and carry me through my life very successfully and easily? What is the food for the horse? And so here also, it's not a big mystery, or probably not a big surprise for the audience I'm talking to. Love, happiness, peace, all these qualities we want for our lives. But then not the kind of love that human beings are exchanging between themselves now. And not the kind of happiness and not the kind of peace that exists between us either. Because that love, that peace, often as not, is filled with a lot of neediness, a lot of unfulfilled desires. If we're honest, a lot of selfishness. That kind of love or happiness or peace does not feed the horse. In fact, it makes the horse sicker. The love I'm talking about, the peace and the happiness I'm talking about, is the raw, pure state of those energies. Because I'm saying love is an energy. Peace and happiness, it's an energy, but it's a very high frequency, pure energy, a spiritual energy. In which case, the next best question is, where do I get some? If it's those energies only which feed the horse, where can I get some? And here there's very good news, which is there's a whole part of ourselves which is actually made up from those very energies, very high, pure frequencies. I call it the deep self. There would probably be many names for it. But the point is we don't have to go anywhere and we don't have to spend any money. We are actually made of these energies, which is why we want them for our life. And it doesn't matter how much we've become angry people or irritable people or unhappy people. Those also are energies sitting on the deep self like pollution. And it is possible to hold our nose, take a deep dive, and connect to those pure, clean, high frequencies. And that connecting is what we call meditation. And this enables such health to the soul. It's like being bathed in those feelings of love or joy. And I really promise you, do that enough, and the way you think changes, the way you speak changes, and the way you behave changes as well. Although it is a practice, as you probably all know. So, shall we try it? Shall we do a little deep sea diving to the deep self and see if we can experience this? Very simple meditation. You can keep your eyes closed or your eyes open, whatever's comfortable for you. And I just need you to imagine that there is a mini version of you floating right in front of your forehead. And very gently slide that mini you all the way to the back of your head. And imagine that you discover there a beautiful corner with a very nice armchair. Everything there is very clean. Thick carpet, soft lighting. And you settle yourself into that beautiful armchair. Here, you are very far from the mind. All the noise of your everyday mind, you're very separate from that in your beautiful, deep armchair way at the back of the head. Here, it's as if you've discovered a personal corner for just well-being. Here, you're very far from all the roles and responsibilities of your everyday life. Very far. They're all there. They'll be waiting for you when you finish this little activity. But now, enjoy being separate. Here, in your comfortable armchair, in your personal corner for well-being, you can drop all the masks. You can drop all the pretenses. They're not needed here. Because here, it's as if you've discovered a personal corner for just being you. As if you've discovered a personal corner for just being, for just being. Feel the calm. Here, I'm very separate from the mind, and in this separateness, there's a feeling of freedom, and in that freedom, there is so much peace. 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 Thank you very much. I would just like to say that one resource is deep within, the other resource is up above, and through meditation we can learn to make the connection to both of them and draw those clean, pure energies into ourselves for some real transformation. Om Shanti.